Welcome to the Trudgery, a zone for true horror stories, disturbing encounters, and twisted tales that were never meant to be heard. Until now.
They told me the woods near Cumberland were quiet, so why did something keep whispering my name at 3:17 every morning? When I booked the cabin outside Cumberland, Maryland, I wasn't looking for anything complicated. I'm 40, recently divorced, and the kind of Korean daughter who was raised to keep everything together. Even when my life feels like it's unraveling, 2 weeks alone sounded perfect. Healing, silent, clean, and for the first few nights it was. The silence felt thick, but safe, like a blanket pulled over my ears. No cars, no neighbors, not even the footsteps I used to hear from the apartment above mine. Just wind, a long steady breath slipping through the trees. But on the fourth night, something changed. I woke up abruptly. No nightmare, no noise, nor just a tug in my stomach, like someone had called my name and yanked me up by the spine. I checked my phone, 3:17 a.m. exactly. Then I heard it, a whisper drifting from the cracked kitchen window. My full name, soft and wet, like the sound was being squeezed through teeth. I froze in bed, listening to my pulse slam in my ears. No one knew I was here. I hadn't told my ex. I barely told the cabin owner. This was supposed to be my escape. By morning, I convinced myself it was a dream. Isolation messes with people, right? Still, I shoved a cutting board against the kitchen window before bed. The whispering returned anyway. Night 5. I slept lightly, half dreading 3:17. And that's exactly when I woke up.
Why'd you come back?
The voice was right outside my bedroom door. Not outside the cabin anymore. Inside, inches away from where I slept. My breath locked. Then the doorknob twisted, slow, deliberate, curious. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The twisting stopped instantly, like whoever or whatever was startled by the light. I didn't sleep again. The next afternoon, I drove into town for groceries. I half joked to the cashier about weird night noises. He stopped bagging my food. "You're in that cabin off Old Ridge Road?" he asked. I nodded. He looked at me the way a doctor looks before delivering bad news. "People don't stay there long." "Why not?" I asked. His voice dropped. "Some say someone comes by at night, checking on them." Then, even quieter. Not a ghost, a person, or what's left of one. Before I could ask anything else, a woman behind me cleared her throat, and he shut down completely. Driving back, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. A white truck tailed me most of the way. When I turned onto the gravel road toward the cabin, the truck paused, idling before driving off the other way. It didn't feel random at all. That night I set up my phone facing the kitchen window. If the whispering happened again, I wanted proof. And at 3:17, right on schedule, something scraped along the outside wall. I didn't dare leave my bedroom. In the morning, I played the video. At first, it was just darkness and moonlight over the sink. Then something passed by the window, a shadow, human-shaped, but wrong, its head too far forward, shoulders too high. It leaned close to the glass and whispered,
"You look just like her."
My whole body went cold. I called the cabin owner. No answer. Called the sheriff's office. The dispatcher said it was probably an animal. Yeah, a 6-foot whispering animal that speaks fluent English. I decided to sleep in my car that night, or leave altogether. But I didn't make it that far. While grabbing my bag, it slipped from my hands and hit the floor. Thud. The sound echoed, like the cabin was hollow. I knelt, ran my fingers along the wood. There, a thin seam, a hidden door. I pulled it open and found a ladder leading down into a dark, unfinished basement. Against every instinct, I went down a bit and shined my flashlight around. My blood iced. There were photographs pinned to the beams, dozens of women, all photographed through windows. And then my breath stopped because one of the photos was of me, taken through the kitchen window the first night I arrived. In the corner was a handwritten note. She looks like her. 317. Something creaked above me. Footsteps. Someone had stepped inside the cabin. I froze on the ladder, barely breathing. The footsteps moved slowly, methodically, like the person knew the layout in the dark. Then a voice drifted through the open hatch.
You came back for me, didn't you, me soon?
Me soon. My mother's name. My mother who disappeared in Merlin when I was 8. My mother whose case went cold. No body ever found. A chill crawled up my spine so hard, I nearly lost my grip on the ladder. The footsteps approached the hatch. I scrambled up, slammed the door shut, shoved a bookshelf over it, and ran, barefoot, straight into the night. I didn't stop driving until I reached the sheriff's office. Deputies searched the cabin. They found the basement. They found the photos, but not the man, or whatever he was now. 2 days later, in a hotel under a fake name, I got a text from an unknown number. It was a photo, a picture of my hotel window, taken from outside, timestamp 317, and the message beneath it.
You still look just like her.
My name is Aiyana Jones. I'm a 42-year-old yoga instructor, and people always assume that means my life is serene, peaceful, balanced. No, my life is stretching hamstrings, dodging weird DMs, and pretending not to hear men flirt with me while I'm in downward dog. Most of the time, I just laugh it off. A little attention is harmless, until it isn't. Tonight, I had stayed late at the studio, recording a short flow video for my channel. It was part of that trending 6-7 routine. 6 slow breaths, 7 strong poses. Everyone on TikTok was doing it. Even the dude bros who wore Mortal Kombat 11 shirts and flexed like they were about to uppercut their mat. I had one student like that, Mikhail. Pretty boy, too confident, and he flirted with me every class like he was auditioning to be my next ex-husband. Earlier that day, he'd said, "You know, Aiyana, you look way too good to be teaching at 6 in the morning." I rolled my eyes and kept adjusting someone's posture. But he wasn't wrong about the 6 a.m. part. I was exhausted. By the time I locked up the studio and headed to my car, the parking lot was empty, dark, except for the one flickering street lamp buzzing like an old beehive. I wasn't scared exactly, just alert. I've listened to enough true crime podcasts to know nothing good ever happens under a flickering light. I got into my car, tossed my phone in the cup holder, and sat for a second, scrolling through comments. Someone had asked if I'd do a Mortal Kombat-themed power flow. Cute idea. I smirked. Then a voice behind me, so close I felt it on the back of my neck, said,
I know you ain't just gonna scroll past me.
My body froze. I didn't turn around. Couldn't. Every instinct in me screamed, run. But my limbs felt glued down with fear. The voice was low, warm, familiar. Mikhail, I whispered. A soft, breathy laugh. Ah, so you do remember my name. I finally turned, and there he was, half shadow, half grin, sitting behind me like he'd been waiting for hours. He still wore that black Mortal Kombat hoodie. But his eyes, they weren't the same. Too wide, too bright, something feverish in them. How did you get in my car? He tapped the lock button on my door. It made an awful click.
You always forget to check your back seat, Ayana. You really should be more careful. Beautiful women like you, people notice.
My throat tightened. Whatever this is, stop. I'll call the cops.
Already tried.
He murmured.
No service here.
And he was right. My phone had no bars. It never did in the lower lot. But it always came back within seconds. This time the signal icon stayed dead. He leaned forward. Too close.
You never look at me. Not really. All these dudes flirt with you and you ignore them like they're nothing. But I see you. I know what you like. I've watched you enough.
My hand inched toward the door handle. He smiled wider. Don't bother. It was then I realized something that still sticks with me. The temperature in the car had dropped. Fast, like I'd opened the door in the middle of winter. My breath fogged faintly. What did you do? I whispered. His expression twitched, like a glitch. For a second, his face blurred. Not literally, but like my brain couldn't decide what I was seeing.
There are things,
He said,
that follow people who shine too bright. Sometimes they need help getting close.
His voice wasn't just Mikhail anymore. It sounded layered, like two people speaking at once. Hell no, that was enough. I smashed my fist backward into his face. Not graceful, not yogic, but effective. He yelped, grabbing his nose. I threw the door open and sprinted. The parking lot felt wrong. Too quiet, too still. The shadows looked thicker, like they'd pooled into corners they didn't belong. Behind me, the car door creaked open. I didn't look. I ran toward the street, my breath punching out in panicked bursts. But halfway there, the buzzing street lamp exploded overhead in a pop of white light. The darkness swallowed everything. Then footsteps, fast ones. I ducked behind a dumpster, heart thrashing like it wanted out. I clamped a hand over my mouth. Mikhail walked past, sort of, his movements jerky, disjointed, as if someone were puppeteering him from inside his skin.
I saw you.
He whispered into the dark.
I've always seen you.
A second voice echoed beneath his own, metallic and wrong.
Let me in.
The footsteps moved farther. I waited until I couldn't hear them at all. Then I dialed 911. This time the signal bars returned instantly. Full strength. Police found my car 5 minutes later. Back seat empty. Keys still in the ignition. My phone buzzing with missed calls. They didn't find Mikhail. Not that night. Not ever. But sometimes, right before bed, my notifications flicker and freeze. And in the reflection of my screen, I swear I see someone sitting in the dark behind me, smiling. I'm Wesley. Yeah, the guy you've probably seen in late night lobbies. Beard long and thick, voice a little raspy, always pretending I'm not using ASMR videos to relax between rounds. Don't judge. Even Corey Kenshin said self-care matters, and the samurai never lies. Anyway, this happened 3 nights ago, and I'm still not sure if what I heard was a hacker, a hallucination, or something that crawled in from the place between servers. I just finished a long stream. Nothing crazy, maybe 8 viewers, but one of them kept typing cute laugh every time I died. I pretended not to notice. I mean, I notice everything, especially when someone calls me cute. My room was dark, except for my monitor glow. The LED strip behind it washing my face in that pink and blue cyberpunk light everyone says I look good in. I queued up for a late solo match, hoping for one last win before sleep. That's when the whisper started. Not in the game, in my headset. A soft exhale, then,
Wes, I found you.
My whole body went tight, but I laughed it off. Some wannabe creepster using proximity chat, right? Except proximity chat wasn't on. I double-checked. Disabled. I leaned forward, lowering my voice without meaning to, the way I do when someone flirts with me in DMs. Okay, whoever's doing the ASMR thing, I said. You nailed the vibe. Chill tingles. Congrats. Now, cut it out. A beat of silence. Then,
Don't pretend you don't like it.
my throat went dry. The match loaded in, but the map was wrong. I knew every texture in that game. Hell, I could redraw it from memory. But this, the lighting was off. Shadows stretched too long, like they were reaching toward me. My character spawned beside an old rotted house that shouldn't exist on any official map. The windows were blacked out. The front door was open just a crack. And the whisper in my head sighed, pleased. Go inside. I froze. I'm not stupid. Horror games? Fine. Horror in my game? No thanks. But something pulled at me. A pressure. Not physical, but intimate. Like cold fingers brushing the back of my neck. I swear I felt breath at my ear. My heartbeat tripped. My skin prickled. Stop messing with me, I said, even though my voice didn't sound like mine. Tell me how you're doing this,
Wesley,
the voice murmured.
you invited me.
My mouse hand twitched. The house door creaked wider. My character moved forward without my input. I yanked the mouse up off the pad. Still walking, that's when the lobby chat pinged. A new message from someone with a glitched, unreadable username.
I liked your stream tonight.
I swallowed hard. Okay. No. Who are you? Another message.
You laugh when you're nervous. It's adorable.
I did laugh. Short, sharp, and too high. Damn it. Inside the house, my character's flashlight flickered on. The beam shook even though my hands were steady. Each step groaned through my headset, like the house was breathing with me. The whisper returned, right against my eardrum.
Come downstairs.
There was a basement door ahead, rusted, claw-marked. I felt my real feet curling against the floor. And then, a soft knock echoed from inside my apartment. Not the game. My actual door. 3 quick raps. I froze so completely I swear even the air refused to move. The game character stopped too, like it was listening with me. Another message appeared.
You should answer it.
I muted my mic automatically, like that would help, and slid off my chair. My apartment was small, and the hallway to my front door felt way too long in the dark. I told myself it was probably a neighbor, a package delivery mix-up. Anything normal, but when I reached the peephole, there was nothing, no one, just an empty hallway. I exhaled shakily and backed away, but before I could turn, my headset, still on my chair, let out a crisp, close whisper.
Don't lie. You see me.
Every light in my apartment flickered. I sprinted back to my desk. The game showed my character standing in front of a basement mirror that hadn't been there before. In its reflection wasn't my avatar, but me, same long beard, same face, same half smirk I use when someone flirts first, except the reflection blinked a half second too late. Then its mouth stretched into a grin I'd never wear. The chat pinged again.
Let me in, Wesley. We'll play together.
Forever.
Something scraped against my real door. Slow, deliberate. I just felt adrenaline slam through me. I grabbed my mouse and slammed escape. Nothing. I Alt-F forward. The game didn't close. The basement door and screen behind my reflection swung open. I did the only thing I could think of. Unplugged my PC. The monitor went black. The scraping at my door stopped. Silence. Total. I waited. 30 seconds. A minute. My pulse was so loud, it drowned everything out. When I finally looked at my reflection in the blank monitor, It looked normal, mostly. My phone buzzed. A DM notification from a new account. I almost didn't open it, but my thumb moved on its own.
Hey, Wes, you left too soon. But that's okay. I know where you stream, and you look even better in person.
The typing bubble appeared. Then, knock knock. Before I could react, 3 raps sounded at my door. Same rhythm, same pressure in my skull. I'm hiding behind my desk now, typing this with shaking hands. If this gets posted, maybe someone will believe me. Maybe someone will tell me what the hell I invited in. The knocking hasn't stopped. It's getting impatient. And the voice, God, the voice is right beside me again, soft and breathy like an ASMR track gone wrong.
I'm here, Wesley.
Let me play with you.